As promised, ladies and gentlemen, lesson 3-19, video D is your practice one. So you have three problems. The first one is about Tyler and a desk filled with pictures. Second one is about Elliot and her sticker collection. And finally is Joanna taking out money from her bank account. Why don't you take some time and do your best to solve it? What I want you to find, what I want you to create is the situation. Okay, the situation equation, and then I want the solution. Don't worry about creating a solution equation, because when you take your situation equation, you're automatically going to create the solution equation to solve it. So why don't you pause the video, take some time, and see how you do. Hopefully you've had the opportunity to kind of go through these problems. So let's try and solve them here. First, let's change the width of our pen tip. Okay, so we have Tyler's desk drawer has 1,427 pictures. So we're just going to write our situation equation from here. So 1,427 pictures. He got some pictures from his grandmother, so we're going to add some pictures, and now he has 2,198 pictures. So the question is, how many pictures did Grandma give him? So what we're going to be solving for is the variable P, and that's going to be the number of pictures from Grandma. So here we go. How do we do this? Well, the first thing we have to do, we want to get our variable on one side and our numbers on the other side, which would be on this side. So how do we undo positive 1,427? Well, to get rid of this, we have to subtract 1,427. Whatever I do on one side of the same as sign, I have to do on the other. So I'm going to subtract 1,427. Here, let me switch colors here. This is going to cancel out, so it is absolutely nothing, and all we're left with is the variable P. Now we have to solve this. 8 minus 7 is 1. 9 minus 2 is 7. 1 minus 4 I cannot do because 1 is smaller than 4. I go to my neighbor. 2 becomes 1. 1 becomes 11. 11 less 4 is 7. So the number of pictures Tyler gets from Grandmother would be 771, and we want to label that. He gets 771 pictures. All right, for number 2. Elliot has a big sticker collection. Today she gave, so we're going to start with Elliot just having a sticker collection. Today she gave 100 stickers to her friend Karina. Now Elliot has 610. So if Elliot is giving 100 stickers away, we're going to subtract 100. And that's going to leave her with 6,100. How many did Elliot have at the start? So we're going to solve for the variable S. Okay, which is the number of stickers Elliot had at the beginning. How do we do that? Well, again, we want to get our variable on one side and our number on the other. So variables here, we have to get rid of this number. What is the opposite of subtracting 100? Well, the opposite of minus 100, subtracting 100, would be adding 100. Whatever I do on one side of the equal sign, I have to do on the other, and that's why it's sometimes referred to as the same as, because if you do it here, you have to do the same as you do over here. So now as we go to solve this, this is going to cancel out and be 0, and all we're left with is S. And now we're going to add 100 to 6,100. We're going to get 0, 0, 2, 6. So the number of stickers that Elliot started with would be 6,200, and let's label that stickers. Alright, finally let's talk about Joanna going to the bank. Joanna had $10,000. Joanna took $10,000 out of her bank account. Now she has $15,000 left in the account. How much money was in her account to begin with? So what we're solving for is the amount of money that was in her account to begin with. Okay, and let's just call that M for money. And she took out $10,000, and she was left with $15,000. And again, we're going to solve for What is m? M is equal to what? So let's go through this process. How do we get, what's the opposite? How do we get rid of minus $10,000? Well, we need to add $10,000. Whatever I do on one side, I have to make sure I do it the same as on the other. So I'm going to add $10,000 to this one. Now again, when I do this math, these are going to cancel out, and now all I'm going to be left with is m. And now let's solve here. That's add those together. 0, 0, 0, 5, 2. So now Joanna has, well, Joanna had $25,000. That's it. That's all. Hopefully, boys and girls, you did well. You came up with your situation equation, and then you came up with your solution. If you didn't, check and see where you made your errors. If you don't know, please talk to Winkleman, to Mr. Winkleman, not just Winkleman. Talk to Mr. Winkleman. He is here to help you understand where you went wrong and how to improve. Otherwise, if you don't have any questions, go talk to Mr. Winkleman. He probably has a wonderful gift for you that he's very excited to give you. Oh, before that, we should probably go back to our question of the day. What is the difference between a situation equation and a solution equation? Why don't you write that down and be prepared to show Mr. Winkleman before he gives you your gift. All right, talk to you later.